This is the TRMNL e-ink dashboard, and I've been using it for some time now, and in this video I'll give you my thoughts about this. In a world where every screen is fighting for your eyeballs with flashing notifications, bright colors, and infinite scrolls, the TRMNL is very different. It's not glaring for your attention, but it wants you to ignore it until you really need it. Unlike many other devices out there, this is built for focus. This is not a smart home hub like the Google Nest. It is a dedicated calm technology device designed to sit on your desk or wall, whisper information to you when you glance at it, and otherwise it completely disappears into your background. So what is this? Well, the TRMNL OG is a 7.5-inch e-ink display, the same technology used in Amazon Kindles. Because it uses e-ink technology, it looks like printed paper. It has no backlight, it doesn't have any glow, it uses zero power to hold an image. It wakes up, connects to your Wi-Fi, downloads a new image like your calendar or the weather, updates the screen, and then immediately goes back to sleep. This set and forget design allows its battery to last for 3 to 6 months on a single charge. There are so many things to love about this. Firstly, the set and forget battery life. This is a great feature. Unlike an old iPad used as a dashboard, which needs to be plugged in 24/7 and looks like a piece of tech, the TRMNL is wire-free. You can charge it via USB-C a few times a year. If you buy the Clarity kit or upgrade the battery, you can get nearly half a year of life out of it without single charge. Also, it's beginner-friendly, so you don't need to be a programmer to use this. You log into the TRMNL website, connect your accounts, and browse from hundreds of plugins and choose what you need to display on this device. There are lots of plugins to choose from. If you're a nerd, you can even create your own plugin. If you are someone like me, I have no coding bone in my body. It supports native plugins like Google Calendar, Outlook Weather, including the Tempest stations, stocks, and news feeds are one-click setups. You can set up multiple plugins and choose how many times you want these to appear throughout the day. I normally use weather and Todoist plugins. You can even use mashups, so you can split the screen into quadrants to show 4 things at once: calendar on the left, weather on the top right, stocks at the bottom. Another great thing about this is that it's actually open source. In an era where gadgets become e-waste, if the company goes bust, well, TRMNL is a bit different. The firmware is open source. If company disappears tomorrow, you can host your own server and keep the device running forever. Now, what are some of the things that are not so great? Well, Wi-Fi can be a bit hit and miss. The device uses an older chip that only supports 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. If you have a modern mesh router like a Euro or Nest that blends 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz bands, the TRMNL might struggle to connect during setup. You may need to create a dedicated guest network to get it to work. Another thing to keep in mind is that if you are expecting LCD performance from this, you will be disappointed. E-ink screens have to refresh to clear away the previous image, which results in the screen flashing black and white for a few seconds. So if you put this right next to your TV, for example, it might distract you every 15 minutes. It's best placed on a sidewall or a desk. Also, it's useless in the dark because there is no backlight. You cannot really read this screen at night without a lamp on. So this makes it a poor choice for a bedside clock, but perfect for a daytime office. Having said all that, I love this device. I use it every day as my weather station and it works great. So who is this for? Well, the TRMNL is a great e-ink product for a specific type of person. Someone who wants to stay organized without being distracted. It's a bit like a digital picture frame for your productivity. If you're a tinkerer, the developer edition, which costs $20 more, lets you create your own HTML or JSON code to display literally anything on the screen. For everyone else, the standard version is a beautiful, low-maintenance way to keep your calendar on the wall or weather app. Should you wait? Well, Terminal has announced a newer model. They're calling it the Terminal X, which will be larger, 10.3 inches, waterproof, and supports 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. However, that isn't shipping until February 2026 and costs significantly more. This is $219 versus $139. If you want a simple desk companion now, well, the OG model is still a solid buy. Let me know what you think of this review, and if you have any comments, any questions, any thoughts, I will love to hear from you. And if you like what I do, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.